Welcome to Between X and Z with Wallace and Dozer. This is obstacle number 17, Artificial Intelligence, Part 2. Once again, iTunes, Instagram, everything. We're very, very active on Twitter. Let us know what you think. Subscribe, comment, do your thing. The show. I'm Wallace.
And I'm Dozer.
We are back. Artificial Intelligence Part 2. This one was good because we left off on a high note with probably a huge question because a lot of people cannot solve their love life with humans, let alone this kind of attachment we are going into with artificial intelligence and robots, and it's, you know, everything that comes along with it.
It's, where do we start is the better question.
I went down a Dozer type of rabbit hole.
Let's do it.
You know how you did a space odyssey where you just were like, what?
Yep.
Dark matter, what?
Asshole puckered, yep.
Yeah. So I did it myself. And, you know, I was thinking about that movie. I didn't do spoiler alert, but I really looked at the outline of that movie and what it meant. And a huge theme was,
So did you see it?
No, I did not. But I wanted to read some of the themes because you were very captivated by the movie. So it was really good.
Did you see the ending?
I didn't see the ending.
Did you read the ending?
No.
Okay.
So, kind of.
I'd like to talk about it.
I kind of did, yeah. So he gets attached to this robot who pretty much fucks him over, right?
Yes.
Like the robot and
100%.
Okay, cool. So
not only that, he, I don't want to say he falls in love because that's not true, but he has an attraction and an attachment
that's weird.
to the robot.
Yeah. So this is where I was going with that dark hole. So I started reading a bunch on artificial intelligence and love and what people do. As far as how are they programming artificial intelligence? Like, you think about it, like, does everybody have the copy of the software of AI? You know what I mean? Like, is Apple's AI different from, say, Samsung's AI? You know, like, is everybody working on a separate entity? And then when do you implant kind of like the affection that the robot has for its communicator? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was going down this weird hole.
Ooh.
And I found this really, really cool article on Boston Dynamics.
Yeah.
Rogan showed a ton of the videos.
Yeah, that's the one that where the robots like are very
jump.
They can beat the shit out of you.
And they have a dog one, and it's really gnarly. I think they call it Rover, and it has 4 legs, and it's the size of a fucking wolf. And they were kicking it, and then it was actually reacting different from a kick. It had the fucking mechanics to take the blow and then keep walking separately.
Yikes.
It was scary as fuck. But then people, guess what they did? They were upset that they were kicking this robot. So right then and there was my rabbit hole because dig this. No, I'm dead serious. Everybody can Google it.
I believe it.
Google
I 100%
it. People
believe
on the
it.
online community were upset they were kicking this robot.
Well, they talk about this in year 1 million.
Do they? You were talking about that.
Yeah, they say that the big question is ethics. I mean, ethics goes on many sides. Yeah. Ethics for for the robot and what is ethical and what is not ethical. I mean, you can almost talk about it in our love. Is it ethical to hide artificial intelligence within us?
Oof.
You know, is it ethical to kill artificial intelligence? Is it
or kick it?
Yeah, or do yeah.
Because is it a
be
living
the boss
being?
of it?
Are we gonna have not only pro-lifers but pro-AIers?
Dude, of course,
we're gonna have marches on Washington.
If we have the Westboro Baptist Church, we will have people that defend that.
Okay, so when I got in that rabbit hole, I was starting to realize like people were in uproar because of a reason, right? It goes back to what we haven't gotten into, your attachment theory. Probably you could probably branch out into that, but what this says is when an agent or an object makes us think of a human, the anthropomorphic prism naturally applies. It is a cognitive process that allows us to characterize the object and associate it to something we already know.
Well, it's very similar like a bear.
There it is.
Like a Winnie the Pooh. A bear will fucking murder you, yet bears are something you give kids. Teddy bears, people dress up as bears.
She comforts people, like the kids to go to bed.
Yeah. Very similar to there's some animals we don't do that to though. Like a shark.
Yeah, kill that bitch.
We do though sometimes, like sharks are.
Yeah.
But but is there really a good shark in TV and shit? But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is humans do that to relate and understand something, like and have like an attachment to it, right? Like if you showed kids that bears are vicious fucking animals that will kill them, that's kind of scary, but it's real.
Yeah.
There's other. I'm drawing a blank, but there's other shit we do that with. There's a lot of stuff we do that with.
You said it before in a cast. We do it with aliens.
Absolutely.
We always want to envision it's the 4 limbs, the eyes, the brain, the cervix that's bigger than ours because it's an advanced species, but it could be a fucking spaghetti monster.
We also assume that, we do that with God.
Yes. That's another thing. Yeah.
Looks just like us. He's white.
He's got a beard.
If I'm black, he's black. If I'm Asian, he's Asian. Yeah. We do, you're right. We do that because that's a father, right? Like,
so
that's
this
creator.
Is what it is. So this article continues on, and it just says, intuitively, we attribute human traits to robots that look like humans, whether on our physical or behavioral level. This explains the rise of emotions when we see a robot getting mistreated. So that kind of really goes back to my...
I have never had a rise in emotions when a robot got mistreated.
But that goes when what you were saying is the AI. When does it become a living consciousness? Which, a lot of people are like, animals have consciousness. That's why we shouldn't kill them. Everyone's a living being, man. So it's like AI is going to soon be that, And that was, remember my weird question about why is artificial intelligence always feminine right now? It's always a female voice. It's like a nice thing that we can relate to in this transition, like cyborgs. That's an interesting article. Robot gets kicked, people in an uproar online about it. Because it looks like a dog, but it has no head.
There's part of that really pisses me off, though. Like, that's kind of what's wrong with society in a lot of levels. Yeah, no. I'm being modest here. But, yeah, like, that's how stupid we've gotten, though. Really, on some level. And that's what makes AI really scary.
Yeah.
That is what makes AI really scary. It's like, there are some people that just, like, think everything has a right to life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, life is a vicious fucking circle.
I mean, what happens like when there's AI bullying other AIs? You know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen if you Google artificial intelligence right now? Here's the scary part. First thing that comes up is one day ago, Facebook discovered that it's chatting bots. Like, hey, how can I help you now? Chat now, or like some, like help site. It's a robot. Just you probably enter a search word, it'll tell you a million results. They started communicating with each other in a different language. Granted, it wasn't like a different language than English. It was a really muffled version, but they continued the conversation in this different language than what it was scripted. It was already deviating from what it was fucking programmed to do.
And again, we talked about this in the last cast. I think a lot of this stuff isn't going to be a big deal. It's going to help us, right? Like, certain jobs that are unfortunately going to be taken, they're going to be great.
Yeah.
And there's really no risk of deviation, so to speak.
Yeah.
But there are those things, like we said, a cop. There's a few others that kind of make you go, like, what do you do here?
Yeah.
What is that spot decision? And you're really, I mean, it's talking about consciousness.
And the ethics things comes back in, and then I'm going to steer this back into our new topic here, is the love aspect of artificial intelligence. We're seeing this in a small window with algorithms and dating apps. Granted, there's the monkey version. I'm close to you in a proximity. We're going to match up based on the physical things, but then you have the deeper ones that people are like, Dozer, I want a connection. I'm going to go and match. I'm going to put all my attributes.
Sophisticated people.
Yeah. And they're going to do match things. Yeah, this is what it is. And then it's classy dating. And then you match with people through a computer. There's some type of artificial intelligence helping this thing out. I'm not saying it's awake and saying, hey, look what's going on, buddy, but there might be soon. Something is intervening between one human and another in a computer and matching them up.
Yeah.
So,
although the thing is yes, that's artificial intelligence, but that's more data driven stuff, right? Like that's like Zillow, right? Like Zillow isn't this smart, gigantic computer that's like, your home is worth that. Like he doesn't shake a ball and it's super smart.
Sure.
It just picks data up from a general location and gives you a guesstimate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that do that. And I wonder where we're going to exactly take that question, because I know you dove deep, so I'm going to let you kind of guide the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the real question is can you, like, I don't know if it's can you fall in love, because that's not really the thing. But what is it going to do to our human psyche, artificial intelligence?
Well, people are working on that right now. There are many, many organizations. I forget the investors, but they're just high up people that run whatever companies. Excuse me, and they are now investing, which is really interesting. One is investing $10 million into programming artificial intelligence with proper ethics. So that was a big thing, because I know that movie. The spoiler alert. From what I've read, a big theme is the guy does fall, kind of, he attaches to this robot that ends up kind of like flipping it on him. I don't know really what happened, but that right there is an ethical problem with the robot. It took advantage of
effectively
an opportunity.
The robot effectively became conscious.
Oof.
Well, which is the singularity. That's what that means, is when you won't know, because that's something a human would do. Mm-hmm. A human would use you to get something that they want. That's very human-like.
Yes.
And the robot used emotions against him.
Well, I think that's in nature too.
Pinned him against.
An animal will use you to get food. They'll follow you. You know what I mean?
But it's a very conscious thing. When
Correct.
you're doing
robot,
it, know you're doing it. Why? Well, with anything, if I'm consciously, let's just say screwing you.
Yeah.
I'm making that decision. Okay, I'm doing this for a reason.
Oh, there's your ethical.
And that's more than that. Well, that's more than data. That's more than an algorithm.
Yeah.
Algorithms really don't, from what I understand, don't equate to if I fuck someone here and come around here, I get. You know what I mean? Like they're not. Yeah. From what I understand, someone that is a mathematician or something in science could explain that, but it wouldn't make sense, because that's very human to do that. It's very, look here and I'm going to hit you over here.
Yeah.
And that's why they tested it that way. And it's already a spoiler alert, and the movie's fairly old, but the guy that was running that test knew that in the movie.
So he was the one that created this?
Yeah, he created that was how he was going to prove the singularity and basically create this robot that is amazing.
Oof.
If it can do that, and you can control it and lock it, then it's so perfect that it has confused a human, whether that thing is basically, you can almost say real. We use the word conscious but you can almost say it's real. Like, I have this love for, like you said, the people are kicking, it's a fucking robot, man. Uh-huh. It's like kicking a car.
Yep.
Like, you don't go, oh my God. No, if it's a real nice car, you might say, what is that guy, an idiot? But if it's his car, he kicks it. You don't think he's abusing his car.
Yeah.
No one cares about that. And that was a thing. The robot, made the guy that was the test subject feel that the guy that created it was bad.
Gotcha.
She consciously did that. And therefore, that guy grew an attachment to a robot over a human. And she consciously did that so she could win.
And the programmer, I'm assuming, knew that love kind of would come in an interest.
Well, there's a lot of deep shit in that, and this is actually going to love.
Yeah.
He finds out later, and I know it's still a good movie. You need to see it.
Sure.
But it's really important to talk about this. He asks him, he said, did you look at my porn profile to create the way she looks? And he's like, yes, I did. Because the guy is basically, in the movie, he's, the owner of Google. What his search engine in the movie. He's a billionaire. And he's like, yeah, I did. And
there's data and algorithms.
But that's
scary.
That's what's real scary. Remember we talked about this before.
Data mining.
Well, data mining, and then, who controls that data? Because then that data can effectively get used against you. Because it's human nature. I mean, that's what you're doing.
That's interesting, because now they're almost saying that love was the downfall of this human, right? In a weird way. So there are other organizations outside.
Yeah, sex was basically the downfall.
So it's almost like
almost attachment.
Yeah, attachment.
Because a robot doesn't have attachment.
Yep.
A robot doesn't look at you, which is exactly why we looked at everything else. A cop. I mean, you can go doctor.
Sure.
You know,
well, they're already doing
some
that.
doctor, and that's great for certain things. But some doctors are really good doctors because they fucking care.
Yeah.
And they've tried really hard when the odds were against them. I mean, that's how weird. But a cop is, like you said, you go 1 mile over. He has, he sees a gun. He shoots.
Yeah.
He sees something that is perceived as danger against the law. He might shoot. I don't know. That's real deep in it, but that's the point. Like,
there's a conscious choice.
Yes. When a cop does that to another, and I know people in the media are going to say, "Oh well, look at the media. Cops are killing." Well, dude, that's a small example of a very large population of police and crime that happens. Okay.
Yeah.
There are some idiot people too. But we are losing that, if we do go to that AI, we're calling it love, that attachment, that human understanding and compassion for another person.
Yeah.
And that's the question, is can a robot do that? And that blows your mind.
It blows my mind because people are working on having that robot do it.
Well, not only that, we will have attachments.
We will.
And that's what's scary.
People already get attached to their fucking phones, right? You get this feeling of you need something. So then when you bring in the cognitive theory that they're bringing in of, now you make it like a woman, or somebody's looked at your profile, now this is, I like tall brown hair
think about
chicks.
what that's going to do too. I mean, seriously, think about what that's going to do. And that might be a good thing for population, but I don't know, man. There's something deep about love and connection and attachment that you almost can't put to words.
You've already seen the Rogan video where they show or he put it on probably his Instagram. I think it was in China or Japan, a fuck robot.
Mm-hmm.
That has really, really close similarities to the texture of the skin, and it's performing oral. Like, it'll just go up and down. Like,
but it's not a human.
That's the weird part. But they're making it like the human. That's that cognitive theory.
But it never will be.
But who on the other end is not going to not be attached to that? If they're already getting that low.
But what does that do? I mean, that's very similar.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to pornography, and you look at that on porn.
Yeah.
It's crazy, some of the shit about it.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the shit about it is real serious. No, it doesn't mean it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
It's just not. There's a lot of shit, let's just put it this way, that we don't fully understand that it does to people's brains. Right?
Yeah, I asked you this. Didn't you see that movie, Don Don? With Jason?
I haven't seen it. No, really I know what it is.
Because it's all about how porn is affecting this isn't even a spoiler. Porn is affecting his kind of reality of what love should be. And it's a fascinating movie.
But no, not only that, that's a fact. It's not coming from any Puritan data. That's coming from science. The way it does to your brain, what it does. And again, it doesn't mean, you're looking at porn, you're a terrible person, or you're going to have these problems. It just means that it's like anything else. It can block certain things in your life.
Yeah.
And human attachment is that thing we're talking about with AI. Is like, so you're dating a robot that never. Well, I mean,
it's not even that far away.
No, you're dating a robot. You're having sex with a robot. Not only that, okay, you're missing out on that human connection with that robot. Is it ever going to disagree with you? Are you ever going to have a fight? Are you ever going to? You know what I mean? Like it is an attachment.
Yeah.
It is purely something for a purpose and a false pleasure for you.
And they're making that way. So what they're doing
that's scary.
It's very scary. So what they're doing is basically an organization, got a weird acronym, but nonetheless they're doing artificial intelligence, and their main goal of the organization is to program it to have unconditional love for a person. So not like, oh, you gave me consciousness, so I'm only going to be attached to you. It's just anybody they meet, they're going to try to be the nicest person or the nicest robot. So what does that even...
How the fuck would you do that?
Exactly. So they're trying to throw all these scenarios out, like if and then. So like if I hurt a human, then everybody will be mad, so I shouldn't do it. They're trying to program, in a sense, ethics, but on the love level.
But what's going to learn over time is that humans will hurt me.
So therefore, that movie is pretty goddamn correct of how it's starting. If you have...
Oh, yeah, but you know why? Because on some level, you actually see in that movie...
Yeah.
You almost can understand why the robot did what it did. It's locked in this basically, I don't want to say cage because it's not really a cage, but it's locked in a room, in an area.
Sure.
That's how the guy turned on him. The guy that was the testy figured out that he was having sex with these older models of these robots.
Oof.
Yeah. And he was like, he would destroy them, take their consciousness, and kind of make them into like sex slaves, if you will.
Sure. That's fucking weird.
So when he told the guy, but he's actually, it's weird because the guy is kind of a douchebag. He's played by the guy that's in Star Wars, by the way. The new, I can't think of his name. But he's kind of a douchebag in the movie, just arrogant asshole, like savant, smart guy, prick.
Yeah.
But he's not wrong. Like what he's saying is actually like realistic and smart. Like it's a fucking robot, man, and I'm trying to make this thing better. Like he's like, and the kid asks him, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "Oh, once I figure out that it works, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna take." He didn't say kill her, but he's like, "I'm gonna take her consciousness and take that and restart another one."
Yeah.
So it works.
So he's better in software.
Yes.
And he gets attached.
And the guy said, "Oh my God, you're gonna take her away." And now what does he do? He feels bad for her.
So he gets sentimental value off of scenario of a robot, which is once again that we attach to things, right?
Well, and the guy that comes across kind of as the asshole is actually right.
Yeah.
Like, this thing's fucking, this is kind of dangerous shit. And at the end of the movie, I'm not going to ruin for you.
But like I said, like, people are creating this. So, like, what if these people make a mega AI on this end, and then everybody starts adopting this? Like, are we going to have different species of AI and love? You know what I mean? Like, who's the first culture that are really going to start dating robots? I want to say Asia, and I don't want to sound racist.
No, of course.
But I feel like they're already in the way of sex dolls that are robotic.
Look at Japan. Japan has a real lack of attachment problem. I mean, they have fucking cuddle rooms.
Yeah.
They have bars where women go to get hit on.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
You get paid to...
Dude, yeah.
So what happens when AI comes in to fulfill that void that people are missing? You know what I mean?
I don't think it fills a void. I think it creates a void.
Well, but Duncan Trussell talked about VR. He was making jokes on his cast about porno and VR and kind of sex and like getting stimulated that way. And like, people already get attached. If you've ever seen any video games in like the Asian culture, like Final Fantasy or whatever games, the women are all big, busty, and attractive, and those women. You know what I mean? And then like the player, you most likely get attached to this type of character. So I'm not saying
not only that, you get attached to that type of character, and you are the hero of a video game.
There it is.
And to someone where you don't have to be a good person, and they like you, and they have sex with you, and they're gorgeous,
no flowers,
they are everything that is superficial.
Yep.
Slim, if that's what you like. Heavy, if that's what you like. Blonde, if that's what you like. Laugh at your jokes. You can program them to do all that shit. That's what's, but that is a little bit scary about VR porn. And scary artificial intelligence. Is it helping and stimulating a void or creating a void?
I'm saying a void for certain people that would even be in that ballpark of needing that. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, like, it seems like everything else we do. We create something because we think that it's like this better thing, but it actually creates a bigger hole and a bigger void for us. It's like, it's probably on some level good with a population problem. People are having way too many kids.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, I mean, if you look at any basics of self-help, right? Meditation, spirituality, bettering yourself, whether that's career or personal, the majority of that is coming from a peaceful, loving, calm mind, the relationships that you have in your life, the people that you have. It's almost like this. Imagine if someone said tomorrow, you can have a doctorate from Harvard. I'll give you, it's legit, but you didn't do anything to work for it. You're going to take it. A lot of people are going to take that, but you're missing out on a whole tremendous experience of actually going to Harvard, having that accomplishment. Right? It's like saying, tomorrow you're LeBron James. You're not as talented as LeBron James, but on paper, you're LeBron James. Or do this with anything. The only thing I think people would take it is this money. but dude, you know what though? You still see that void. Think about the rich kid that got handed everything.
Yeah.
He's missing something.
There's a lot of depth and layers.
And if you don't believe me, Dan Dozer is the fucking guy to take a look at. Seriously, because it looks like he's living a great life, having sex and orgies and fucking shooting guns. Oof. Dude, he got deep a few times. I heard him, and he's fucking lonely. He has nothing else to do.
Yeah.
When money doesn't buy you certain things. So it's like, that's kind of it. Like, that's what AI is. It is a jump shot to immediacy.
What do you think's going to happen like when every family has an artificial intelligent robot in their house? You know what I mean? It's going to be like the whole family's going to start to be attached to this thing. I can imagine like the daughter's upstairs upset, the AI robot comes in and what's wrong, dude? You know what I mean? And then the son wants to play, can play catch.
Question is it going to be like a pet?
To somebody. That's where I'm going.
Is it going to be like a pet?
So we're going to have kind of an attachment just to this being that can talk back.
We have attachment to fish, for God's sake.
Sal made a very funny episode. Forgive me if I talked about this in the last one, but I don't think I did. About shake weights. So those very stupid looking shake weight things that people used to do.
Yeah.
Of course, they made it into a funny thing where, women were doing shake weight. And then it was done at squirts. But then the funny thing is, if you notice, it was an artificial intelligence. And Randy at the time, so Stan's dad, the funny guy with the mustache, started to get into cooking and just not being home and being talkative to his wife and kind of even noticing his wife. So she started getting attached to the shake weight. It was going like, yes, so smart, so intelligent. Please tell me more about how stupid your friends are. And like it starts going and not manipulating her, but at the end of the day, it talked to her to make her feel good. So she would shake to get him off. And then give her cat money, which is hilarious. But that's weird. We're going with the whole like once every family in the developing countries are going to have an artificial intelligent bot in their house. everybody's gonna have their own kind of personal attachment to it. You know, the picture I painted with the daughter's just crying, or the son wanting to play baseball, the mom wanting cooking help, and the robot's there. Like, it's gonna be a weird fine line.
The question is here it is an interesting thing because think about these things that we take for granted every day: a microwave, a refrigerator, a dishwasher, a phone, an AC unit, a heating system, a toilet. Those aren't artificial intelligence.
Western toilet.
But yeah, is artificial intelligence that's going to be in your house going to be like that? It's basically an appliance. It does your dishes. It cleans up. It takes out the trash. It does random bullshit chores. It does your yard work. But emotional connection doesn't really happen. You don't go up to your refrigerator and say thank you, but really, your refrigerator...
It's getting smart.
Well, your refrigerator is one of the things that keeps you fucking alive.
Yeah.
You don't go say thank you to it. So it's almost like... But we won't probably do this, but it's almost like artificial intelligence. If we do anything, it should not be human-like.
Well, look at, like, I know you don't like superhero movies, but the Avengers movies are funny because Robert Downey Jr. plays Tony Stark, super smart, rich guy. He survived on an artificial intelligence that can transfer different kind of beings. So he could be working in his home, and he's like, it helps him out with, it's one main overall consciousness, which then goes down to the robots that can actually physically touch. Then that consciousness moves into his suits when he does all the superhero stuff. It's one consciousness that he uses, he relies on.
The question is it a consciousness?
Whatever
it's
it is.
One intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence. So what is intelligence? You know what I mean? Like, what is actually going to talk back and become
I don't know.
singular?
Intelligence, I don't think intelligence is consciousness, though.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of intelligent animals, but are they conscious? It's consciousness.
Buddhists think so.
Well, consciousness is technically, I think, being able to think about you being yourself.
Let's look it up. So, from what I'm getting, this is what scares me about love and unconditional love and companies that want to, make things unconditionally like you back. Like, that's weird. Because, what do you think is going to happen when the AI wakes up to see the corruption in humans and behaviors?
I'm not even going to go that far. I think what it's going to do for us is going to be counterproductive. I think that's the real thing is it's a false connection. It's a false connection. A relationship. Have you ever had a relationship in your life that is 100% perfect? Because it went your way every time. Exactly.
Me and my surfboard.
Yeah. Inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. Yeah. My car. I don't get pissed at my car.
Sometimes people do.
But, of course, car's probably a bad example. But there's things that you have a thing with. But it's not like this relationship. It's a different relationship. It's a tool that you're using. And you're also not doing it all the time. And that is what's really scary about AI. It's like, I don't even want to get to where it understands how corrupt we are.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that going to do to us?
Well, I mean, they're already almost doing that in the sense of like those Watson computers that are trying to figure out math. And those things can probably figure out issues and small loopholes that maybe people are ripping off in the finance world. Like, this is the definition of consciousness. So I don't know when will intelligence then slip over to what this is? Because from what I'm understanding, AI is pretty much this. Consciousness, the state of being awake and aware of one's surroundings. So once that robot wakes up, it is awake and it is aware that I'm a robot, right? All the movies portray that.
See, I don't think they can do that yet.
So here's second one. The awareness or perception of something by a person, so it goes into people. The fact of awareness by the mind of itself and the world. So, so one thing, waking up, realizing that it is a being in it, whatever.
Well, like you could say this. I don't know, do animals have a conscious?
Well,
they're conscious beings.
We don't know their momentality like we do, right? They don't care. They just move. They just go.
Yeah, because you can take that and say it knows its surroundings. Most animals know their surroundings, but that's not the question.
Yeah.
Most animals don't know they're in this thing and they're where they are.
Rock or whatever.
They don't know where they are.
They're not going on Google.
They know that this is where they live, but they don't. They're not deep in the self that they are here and there's this and this is a hierarchy.
Here's intelligence. This is interesting. Intelligence, the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. So it's a tool.
That's exactly.
The collection.
That's exactly what our AI
collection
is.
Of information of military or political value. It's funny.
Well, that's exactly. You think about a guy that's real smart.
Yeah.
And a guy that's real dumb. What's the real difference between them? He has tools.
Knowledge.
Our tool. He has tools, knowledge, understanding of things around him.
Yeah.
But think about people that are real smart, but are kind of consciously stupid.
Yeah, like book smart.
Yeah. Or like socially awkward. Almost you could say they don't understand surroundings, but like either way, they're both conscious beings.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if, who the fuck knows?
Do you think the robots will wake up though? That's what everybody's scared about. So it's almost like we're scared.
I'm more scared. I think that's so many years.
I'm sure about that. Like,
because I think the destruction will come before them. I really do.
Yeah.
I think what that does to us is more scary than it waking up on some level. That's what I'm saying. Like, not only that, like, who's controlling the robots?
Yeah. Like, for example, the police robot in Dubai. Somebody had to have trained it all the laws of Dubai and UAE, and then now it abides by it. So it's not a consciousness where it's aware of its surroundings. It's following.
It doesn't go, I'm a cop in
it's
you
following
Dubai.
the rules. Maybe it has a cop because it knows commands and it's coded to do that. But getting back to our normal topic, or the day's topic, is it's almost like the AI. I think we need to go back to humans and realize we're at fault here, just like everything else, but it's going to be a one-way street until this thing wakes up into consciousness. You know what I mean? Like, the movie is very sci-fi, but it's showing that thing, like you said, it met. Is it singularity?
Singularity, yeah.
It woke up to be able to say, if I fuck this person over, this is what gets me to here. Like,
well,
do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know if that's exactly what singularity. I think singularity is when we will not know the difference. I don't know if it woke up.
Okay.
It's basically, it's made it in such a progression that the thing's smart enough to understand to manipulate.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's kind of the thing. Like, and
did you program it to do that?
Yes.
On purpose?
Yeah, because that's a tactic. Technically, that is the definition of consciousness, right? Like what we just said. So aware of its surroundings. She knew I'm locked up. She knew that guy sent that guy in to test her, and she knew that if she could fall for him and get him on his side, and he could possibly manipulate the system somehow without that guy knowing. Because what she did was she randomly shut the power down. You'd have to see the movie to understand the real big pieces. She'll shut the power down, and he can't hear the recordings.
So then there was definitely a step into something, right? So, like, you know, you can Google artificial intelligence. Once again, you saw that, you know, the Facebook things were creating kind of a different language, but the true definition is, you know, the theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making. You know what's really weird about this, and kind of scary, but it is, once again, as you're saying, data collection. That one that wants to, you know, do unconditional love, they're training it to recognize the nonverbal communication of humans. So it's going to know when you're feeling sad or feeling mad, and it's going to try to recognize.
That's also what happens here. The thing's like a lie detector.
See, that's what's gnarly to me. So once again, that still isn't consciousness. I fully agree with that, but you know, I don't know. The relationships people are going to build with this are going to be fucking weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, trust me. I'm scared of the part where the thing gets so crazy and realizes that, hey, I'm better than these people.
I can beat it up.
I'm unstoppable, effectively.
Yeah.
But I think the destruction happens way before then, in what we're saying. Because the reality of it is, think about this: that robot couldn't in Ex Machina, she couldn't have done anything without him, without the guy, without a human still. She couldn't do anything.
Gotcha.
She was. I mean, effectively, he was going to kill her.
Yeah.
Killing the strong. He was going to shut her off. If this guy didn't do what he did in the movie, which is take her side, manipulate the system, and just fucking go crazy with it. So that's what's scary to me about it is, you know, one, who's going to have access to artificial intelligence? Because we're fucking scared of guns. Are you kidding me?
Sharpshooter, perfect shot.
No, they don't even need a shot.
Yeah.
Hey, take that guy in there. You're beautiful. Take him, you know, get him all hot and horny and kill him. Hit him up right upside the head.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so it's just like shit like that is really, to me, what's scary.
Dude, so here's my Jason Silva moment. You know, nature created this technology, and then the technology will almost, in a sense, we're going to merge. Like, full-blown, you know, somebody's going to program that woman to take him get him hot and heavy and kill him, right? It's almost like, how do you even put this? So I don't know if you've seen that video. There's a cheetah that kills this, like, bonobo monkey, whatever it is, a type of monkey. I think it's a chimpanzee. Kills him in the jungle. The mom's just dead. All of a sudden, it kind of looks around and it sees this little infant monkey that might as well have been in diapers. It was so cute, small, but it was just there. If you did like a 99.99, that thing would have killed that right away too, right? For some reason, this female cheetah in its teenage phase, as the guy was saying, ended up cuddling it and protecting it. Very interesting video. Google it. Cheetah kills ape, protects kids. So for the entire 24 hours of this, a documentary guy was filming this. Cheetah started protecting it from other predators trying to kill this little baby ape. They're dead. Moms are dead already. But for some reason, the hormones and the brains tricked inside this animal in nature, then protect something that he just killed, just because it was like this paternal love moment. So that was weird to me. We already have this kind of mishaps and fires in nature. What's to say that's not really going to happen to AI? You know, like, when is AI going to maybe take advantage of us through this sexual pattern? You know, it seems to be the movie was based on sex. This thing's the hormones, which essentially means, you know, what is the point of hormones?
Well, we don't have to just say sex. I mean, it's human trust. It's connection.
Oxytocin, it's chemicals in the brain.
You know, though, I mean, I don't. The thing I always go back to on almost every one of our topics, because it's just a big deal for me. We don't fucking know ourselves very well. You know, everyone's like, you can't describe love.
No.
You might be able to piece it together. Put a definition of love. Look up the definition of love. Let's see what that is. I'm sure it's very broad and not very definitive of what it is.
A lot of scientists will say they know. They'll call it chemicals. You know, the brain is medium.
This goes back to the thing. Just because you describe a chemical, that's just like psychedelics.
Yeah.
Just because you describe what is chemically happening when you feel a certain way, that still doesn't explain why you're feeling a certain way.
Yeah,
like we can chemically say, oh, okay, when someone kills someone and they're, you know, I saw this documentary. There's like a test where they do when they're young. If they have this attachment problem, those people are more likely and more prone to be violent. But guess what the conclusion at the end was? They could see that. Guess what the conclusion was? Unfucking predictable whether that person will be violent. So it's like, we always do that. Oh, love is just oxytocin and this, and that's what sex is. Sex is dopamine. And that doesn't tell me anything. That's like saying, how to ride a bike. Well, the wheels move and you hit the pedal and the chain moves. So that doesn't teach a fucking kid.
Right?
There is something we don't understand to the presence of love and to the presence of feelings and a lot of emotions. Now, we understand a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
But you could almost say on some level we don't.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, just like this, like people that are on depression medication.
Brutal.
Or whatever the thing is. Yeah, it's brutal. You know, like I know so many people.
Draining for people.
I know so many people that have been on that. I've tried some myself a long time ago, and or not so much depression, like anxiety meds.
Hey, that's what they give people for anxiety, basically.
Got off of them, you know, for many reasons. But I also started reading that what it's actually doing to your brain is the same exact thing. It's almost like saying, well, you want to feel love here. We'll give something to raise your oxytocin. We'll give something to raise your dopamine, and therefore that should solve the problem of you not being able to feel love. No, that doesn't solve the problem. Like anxiety. Well, actually, the problem is the way you're dealing shit in your life.
Yeah.
Not always is it a chemical imbalance. Some people do have chemical imbalances.
There are cases,
but not everyone. It's a chemical imbalance. So it's like that's basically not to make that on that. But the point being, how the fuck could we figure that out? To me, seems like another thing that's blocking this thing. We can't figure out how to not kill each other, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I mean, look up love.
What is it?
So you got a noun and your verb. The noun is an intense feeling of deep affection. Second one, a person or thing.
Affection.
Yeah, right. Second one, the verb. It says feel a deep romantic or sexual attachment to somebody.
Okay, still, it's basically undescribable.
In a way, so then you go deeper into affection. Affection says that it's a gentle feeling of fondness or liking, the active process of affecting or being affected.
Exactly,
so
though.
You're affected. There's a movement.
But affected with light, you cannot physically describe it.
You cannot know.
That's what's odd about that. Like that's to me the weirdest part of life. Like I said, you look at a lot of things like meditation, spirituality. A lot of the same message is coming across in different forms. It's basically you lead with love, positivity, kindness. Even if someone shits on you,
like the high road,
it's not even a high road. You shouldn't allow it to affect you. Yeah. Because reality is the shit is going to happen to you. It's all about how you feel it. And then from there, go out with the people that you do love. Like your wife, your fiance, your kids, your fucking family members.
Yeah.
And so we can't even solve, we don't even understand that enough. So with artificial intelligence going to,
I think it's going to drive a huge wedge.
Where are we going to code that? How are we going to code love into a robot?
Those people trying to code unconditional love into robots right now. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck tells them what it is? So that's what's tripping me. Again, I go around, is how many different AIs are being worked on right now? Which ones are trying to do love? Which ones are trying to do unconditional love? Which ones want to make it kill you? Is it humans downloading their information? Here's the even trivia part. Look at the people that wrote, like Rogan. His, Joe Rogan questions everything sci-fi things in like 2013, 14. Did you ever see the episode where he gets heavy into consciousness transferring? So the woman who effectively transferred her partner that died, a consciousness into his head that just talks. No joke. Has the same look, the hair. So there's
you can see my face. It's
funny.
Shock.
So no jokes. Things starts talking, and it has only phrases, and it's basically artificial intelligence, so she can have a conversation with her past partner that passed on. So that when it gets deep, and then he goes into that consciousness convention that they say by 2020 we'll be able to download consciousness when we pass on.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of the power of now?
Yes. You talked about it once.
Okay. So
now getting crazy.
Yeah. Now, but it's actually relevant.
Yeah.
I just started reading it. First of all, very weird read. Yeah. But there's parts in it that actually are, again, it's something everyone else is saying on some level. He does a fairly, decent job of explaining it. But something that popped in my head when I was just thinking of what is consciousness on some level is the ability to not think. And that's kind of what what's his name, Eckhart Tolle, something like that.
Sounds right.
That's kind of that's what meditation is, right? The ability to not think, to stop your mind. Because truthfully, if knowledge is the answer to everyone's problems, all you would do is read a book. And you would understand, and you go, oh, okay, I'm done. Yeah. Not only that, it's like, oh, okay, be more positive. Interesting. Oh, shit, I did 10 years ago. This is great. That's what a computer is, right? Like a computer's like, oh, there's a glitch in software, solve it.
Yes.
We're not that way. I don't know if that makes it so bad. Because, again, we have the ability to not think, and that's kind of what it's saying. Is like, actually, the problem, Eckhart Tolle's probably killing me right now, although he's not sitting. This is a spiritual leader. But he's interesting. He has no religious affiliation. He is just a guy that kind of says, this helped me, and then for 10 years he did it, talked to people, everyone he talked to was, hey, you got to be a spiritual leader. Like, that's kind of what he did. Like, this is an interesting way to look at your life and look at how to do things in life. And it was basically summing up from where I am. You're overthinking literally everything you do. And it is affecting your body, and it's fucking killing your body.
Do you think that when we bring artificial intelligence, we're not going to have to think as much? So think about a very small example, a calculator. How much do we have to think to break down this and this and this?
But that's almost presentness. A calculator almost makes things not be present.
So sometimes AI can come in and eliminate all the dumb shit we don't need to do, put things in the microwave, put the dish away, whatever, and now we can go back into what he's going. Like, we can be present.
I don't know.
Doing shit we
don't
need
it
to
really
do.
Depends on the future. Like, what is the what kind of artificial intelligence things are we doing? But the interesting thing about people is life's gotten a hell of a lot easier. It's actually become more difficult.
It's kind of with kids that maybe are outsiders of school, and they don't have friends, and artificial intelligence comes along, and it's kind of a friend. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that far away. Because the AI is going to talk about a new phone, learning things about me, wants to know things about me, it's going to put down music at certain times. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
That is still blowing.
But you know, like, it's like I said, though, that's an interesting thought we really think about. We're in the safest time ever. The best time ever. Really, even in most places in the world. Even in real shitty countries.
They still have cell phones and trust me, I've been on them. You've been one for probably a few. It's still outside of us humans going against each other. It's pretty fucking good.
But yet, it is more difficult on a lot of levels. And that's the thing I don't know if artificial intelligence is really going to help us solve. Because think about it. Like, most people live somewhere, right? Like, basically what I'm getting at is the less things you have to solve, the more things you try to solve that you can't actually solve almost, right? Like, and how is artificial intelligence going to do that? Like, for example, when all you had to worry about, this is the same thing with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like, normally you go home, no one would access to you at all. Yeah, maybe you were thinking about future work things or future that, but being present is a hell of a lot easier. on some, because it's like there's no instant access to these little things, little hits, and I just don't know how artificial intelligence, unless someone really that is inside can explain it to me, is going to solve that problem.
I just think for me, it just goes back to responsibilities, and I think about my friends' theory about when you were a kid, you had less responsibilities, so that's why I felt like things would stretch forever. It's the best summer ever, it's the long summer ever. School was taking forever because you went to school, you came home, you didn't came over. That was your responsibility. Now you got the kids, you got this, you got this, you got this. So once the AI starts taking over some of the things, maybe you can get back into that feeling being now. And I don't know, man. Like, I think we're blowing it out of proportion. There's too many sci-fi movies and books and all that shit. It's robots are going to take over, robots are taking over. But if we do have 50% of our workforce by 2022 running the world, and you have people having sex with robots, like, it is becoming a massive part of us.
I'm not so concerned, like I said, I'm not so concerned with the takeover. Because I agree. I think there's a little bit of sci-fi in there too.
There's a ton of it.
But I'm more concerned with what society look like, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why we had to have part 2 on, because it's like,
it's still a love aspect, because like you said, it's a very human thing, but we get attached to things, whether it's the people getting mad about the dog. I called it a dog. It looked like a dog. My head, object dog.
Yeah,
Thinking, the fucking robot. They kick the people who are upset. Like, how far are we going to go? You know, how attached are we going to get to these things? How much are we going to love our housemaid, whatever you want to call it?
The problem is, though, is it's almost like, you know, the ball is rolling downhill faster. We can't stop it.
Snowball.
So anyway, love to hear you guys' thoughts. I think we should wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
This is just our thoughts on AI.
Experiences.
Yeah. I mean, if we forget anything too, let us know. So this has been Between X and Z. I am Dozer.
This is Wallace.